The longest flight in the history of mankind. Human beings have today invented the airplane, helicopters, gliders, and even a parachute so that they can enjoy flying in the air like a bird. Now, the record of spending the maximum time in the sky so far is 64 days, which is also mentioned in the Guinness Book of World Records. Las Vegas is the most famous party spot in the world, and about 37 million people visit here every year on the pretext of the party and entertainment, which is 0.5% of the world's population. The reason for tourists coming here in such a large number is the mushroom-like growth of luxurious motels, hotels, and bars. Our story started in 1958 in a hotel named Hacienda Hotel. In order to make profit 4 times more than the hotels in Las Vegas, the owners had built this hotel in the deserts, thinking that the tourists would like the secluded place and enjoy the open atmosphere there. But it didn't happen that way. They suffered a big loss in the hotel business. However, the owner Judy and Warren Belly of Hacienda Hotel didn't give up and thought of doing something extraordinary to highlight the hotel's name. They decided to fly on the airplane with the name of the Hotel Hacienda written on it and stay in the sky for the longest period to create a world record of longest stay in the air. Neither of the two knew how to operate the plane, so they approached a slot machine mechanic named Robert Tim, who was an expert in making a common plane stay for a long time in the air. They immediately gave him $100,000 for this work. Then, Tim bought a second-hand plane, Cessna 172, and added much equipment to it, capable of staying in the air for a long duration. But there was a scarcity of expert pilots to fly this plane. Then, Tim hired a pilot of an ordinary plane whose name was John Cook. The plane was to stay in the sky for many days, even months, which obviously would need a lot of fuel. But an ordinary Cessna 172 can travel only for 6 hours with a full tank, whereas in 1958, the longest flight record was 50 days. It is evident that Tim and Cook had to stay in the sky for even more days to break the record. So Tim attached a 95-gallon extra tank to the plane to solve this dilemma. This increased the fuel capacity of the plane to 142 gallons, but still, it was insufficient. So Tim and Cook arranged a fuel truck that used to fill a tank of Cessna 172 twice a day so that the tank would never go short of fuel. Every day, the truck would meet the plane at a designated place and both would fly parallel, and with the help of a supply pipe, the fuel tank of the plane was filled. In this way, the plane would continue its journey in the air. Meanwhile, once when some malfunction occurred, Tim had to repair the engine too. Although some of the problems associated with the plane was thus resolved, there was also a challenge to keep the two men inside the plane safe and alive. Normally, in Cessna 172, apart from the cockpit, there is no place either for sleeping or for bathing, and catering was also required in this 64-day journey, so both of them also found a solution to this problem. While modifying the plane, everything was removed from the inside of the plane and a sliding door was placed in the middle of the plane and fitted a big mattress on the rest of the plane for comfort. It was the fuel supply truck that sent everything: food and a bath, accessories, clean clothes, and all these things were provided by Hacienda Hotel. The food was cooked in the kitchen of the hotel, and their clothes were washed in the hotel's laundry. They spent the first 39 days comfortably, but after that, their condition started deteriorating, and both of them became depressed due to headaches and tiredness. Due to the loud sound of Cessna 172, it was impossible for them to sleep properly. To overcome the weakness due to the lack of sleep, both of them used to do some small freehand exercises on their seats. But one day, due to excessive tiredness, Tim napped while flying the plane. When Cook was sleeping at night, Tim slept for an hour, and the plane kept flying in the autopilot mode for 1 hour. Luckily, the autopilot mode was working properly that day, or else their goal could not be successful. After 39 days, the plane had a major malfunction in the engine. But despite that, both of them did not give up and kept flying the plane. On the 23rd January 1959, they broke the flight endurance record of 50 days. Motivated by this achievement, they decided to fly the plane for more days, and both of them took Cessna over Nevada, California, Arizona because they wanted their endurance record to be too high to be broken in the coming days. On the 60th day, because of the carbon clogging in the engine, the smoke started coming out and the engine started giving beeping sounds. Then, they decided to descend Cessna to this ground. Finally, 7th of February 1959, after 64 days, 22 hours, 19 minutes, and 5 seconds of endurance timing, Cessna was taken to the ground and thus ended the surprising journey of Tim and Cook. After that, Tim again started working as a slot machine mechanic, and Cook, being a pilot, joined his airlines. Even today, Cessna 172 is standing at McCarran International Airport of Las Vegas with the name of Hacienda Hotel shining on it. Like a heritage, almost 43,000 planes of the Cessna 172 model are running today efficiently. Thank you for watching the video. Please share your comments below if you like the video, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Untold Hidden Things, for the regular updates of awesome videos.